everyone. Today we're going to deal with quadratic functions, and in this activity the question is find the vertex form of each of the quadratic functions, then find each of the following: the xy intercepts, the vertex point, and say if it's a maximum or a minimum. So let's start with the first one. G of x equals x squared minus 6x plus 5. We're going to compute h first, which is negative b, which is negative 6 over 2 times a is 1, so over 2, which is equal to 3, and k, which is g of h, so g of 3. And when you substitute x by 3 in this expression, you're going to find negative 4. So the vertex form is g of x equals a x minus h squared plus k. So a is 1. So here you will find x minus 3 squared plus k, which is negative 4, so minus 4. Then we'll find the x-intercepts, and here to find the x-intercepts you have to solve g of x equals 0. So first of all we solve g of x equals 0, and the solutions here are the solutions of the second degree equation x squared minus 6x plus 5 equals 0. You will find two solutions: x1 equals 1 and x2 equals 5. Therefore, the x-intercepts are the points 1, 0 and 5, 0. The y-intercept point is the point 0, g of 0. It's always in this form, okay? So to find the y-intercept, you have to compute the output of 0, okay? Here, if you replace the x by 0, you'll find 5, okay? So the y-intercept will be the point 0, 5. Now for the second question, B, you have to find the vertex point, and the vertex point is determined by the point hk. In this case, h is 3, k is negative 4, so this point is the vertex point, and we'll say if it's a maximum or a minimum. And to answer to this question, you have to look to the sign of a. In this case, a is equal to 1, so a is equal to 1, which is greater than 0, so positive. When a is positive, the parabola will open upward, okay? And when a parabola opens upward, it represents a minimum. So when you have a positive, it's a minimum. When a is negative, it's a maximum, okay? So in our case, it's a minimum. Now let's move to the second example, second function. S of x equals negative 4x squared minus 8x minus 3. First of all, we compute h and k. H is given by negative b, which is negative 8 over 2a. The a is negative 4 multiplied by 2, it gives negative 8. So the h is negative 1, and k is equal to s of h, so s of negative 1. Here, if you replace x by negative 1, you will find negative 4 times negative 1 squared, which is 1. So negative 4 plus 8, which is 4. 4 minus 3, which is 1. So k is 1. And we write the vertex form. S of x will be equal to a, which is negative 4, times x minus h. Be careful, the h is negative 1, so x minus h is x plus 1 squared plus k, which is 1. Now we'll move to the x-intercepts, and to find the x-intercepts, we will solve s of x equals 0 And here, if you try to solve s of x equals 0, you will find two solutions, which are x1 equals negative 3 over 2 and x2 equals negative 1 over 2. Therefore, the x-intercepts are the points negative 3 over 2, 0, and second x-intercept is negative half, 0. Now, for the y-intercept, again here, we're going to compute the output of 0. So, the point, the y-intercept is 0, s of 0, and s of 0 is obviously negative 3. Now, we'll move to the vertex point. The vertex point is given by hk, so it's negative 1, 1. And here, the a is equal. So, the coefficient of x squared, which is a, equals negative 4. So, it's negative, and the vertex point represents a maximum. So, the parabola has a maximum, not a minimum. Now, let's move to the next one. Again, h is equal to negative b, which is 4 over 2 times a, but 2 times a is 1, so the h is negative 4. The k is the output of negative 4, so negative 4 squared is 16. 16 times 0.5 is 8. 8 plus 4 times negative 4, which is negative 16. So 8 plus negative 16, it gives negative 8. Negative 8 plus 10, so k is equal to 2. Then the vertex form is v of x equals 0.5 times x plus 4, because the h is equal to negative 4, so x minus h is x plus 4 squared plus 2 plus k, okay? You solve v of x equals 0 to find the x-intercepts, so v of x equals 0, and in this case you will find no solution, okay? And since there is no solution for this equation, there is no x-intercept. Okay? For the y-intercept, we compute v of 0. So the y-intercept will be the point 0, v of 0, and v of 0 is 10. So it's the point 0, 10. The vertex point is the point negative 4, 2. And here a is equal to 0.5, so it's positive. And since a is positive, be careful, it represents a minimum. Because the parabola will open upward, and when the parabola opens upward, it has a minimum. Now the last one, f of x equals x squared plus 16x, which is also a quadratic function. So first of all, we compute h, negative b over 2a, so negative 16 over 2, which is negative 8. K is f of negative 8, which is negative 64. Okay? Now, we write our vertex form. Which is f of x equals a is 1, so it's directly x minus h, so x plus 8 squared minus 64. Now, we move to the intercepts. So for X intercepts, we solve f of x equals 0, and we'll find two solutions, which are x equals 0, and so x1 is 0, and x2, which is negative 16. So two X intercepts, which are 0, 0, and negative 16, 0. Now for the Y intercept, it's the point 0, f of 0, but here there is no constant, so if you substitute x by 0, you will get 0, and the point 0, 0, which represents the origin, is at the same time an x-intercept and a y-intercept, since it belongs to the x and the y and axis at the same time. Okay, so now let's move to part B. In which we'll write the vertex point. So the vertex point is given by hk. H is negative 8, k is negative 64. So negative 8, negative 64 for the vertex point. And for the last part, C, we have A, which is equal to 1. So it's positive. And since A is positive, it's a minimum. So this vertex point represents a minimum. So we are done with this activity. Thank you for your attention.